So you want to say that again?
Robbie Dog Dog and the Men in Tidy Tidies.
That's the alternate Tidy Tidy.
Tidy Tidy.
It's the alternate Tidy Tidy.
Tidy Tidy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fifth Period, the film podcast hosted by two media teachers, where today we are donning our tights and roaming around the forest looking for fights. My name is Mr. Brown, and with me, as always, is...
Sorry, it's Mr. Boylan.
I was going to say, bless you.
It's Mr.
gag.
Boylan.
It's a good gag.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. The main hook of when I walked into film club. I rocked into film club on Friday and be like, it's Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
What's he doing there?
So, you've never seen this film, or you hadn't seen this film before.
But now I have.
Yeah, and you
I
said
still
that
haven't
you probably would have come to it a lot sooner if you'd known old Davey Boy was in it.
It's probably one of my favourite comedians of all time, so yeah, 100% I keen to finally check it out and see what all the fuss was about.
Nice. I mean, I watched this a lot as a kid, but I think I forgot how much I enjoyed it, and the nostalgia came flooding back in as I was doing the old rewatch.
Love it.
In addition to our main discussion of Robin Hood Men in Tights today, we will also be chatting about our weekly watches. So if you want to skip ahead to that, I will leave time codes in the description below.
Hey, it's Zoe, and today we're talking about Robin Hood Men in Tights.
A big thank you to Zoe for her intro to the pod. So this was actually her film suggestion, and what a suggestion it was. Zoe's always pretty good with her film choices.
It's got a pretty good strike rate, yeah.
Yeah. She's also a very loyal film clubber as well.
Which is true.
She's there on a weekly basis, so we very much appreciate the support from Zoe and the stickers.
And the stickers that adorn your phone and my laptop. And well, Zoe gets to see that sticker all the time now because I've been teaching her media for the first time this semester. And
there you go.
She's the enthusiasm, engagement she shows in film club. It's in the media classrooms as well, and she's done a really good job with the important object. They were able to basically show someone driving, and then they got a toy car to go through and smash into the person.
Love that.
And then they died with the Pringles just strewn all across them. So
Wowee. Once you pop, you can't stop.
that's what they say.
Or your heart stops if you die.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
His heart did stop.
So thank you very much for all of that, Zoe, and also for taking lead with the Fifth Period merch.
Very true. Jackets are on the way. Thanks, Zoe.
Alrighty, let us jump into Robin Hood Men in Tights. So we start with a Flaming Arrows credit sequence.
There must be another way of doing it, though.
I know, right? They're very angry that Mel Brooks has taken out the town.
Mel Brooks. Which I was like, okay, that's funny.
It is good. It's also a cool-looking sequence, too, though.
It does look pretty good. I like all the flaming text and the sort of adventurous, heroic, swashbuckling music that we get. But obviously, yeah, this is another Mel Brooks joint. You've done Young Frankenstein. Have you done Spaceballs as well?
Yeah, so you were partially in the Young Frankenstein
I was.
ep. That was when you were just coming on for the latter segments.
Just a couple of guest appearances.
And Wits and I, we did Spaceballs 2 years ago, maybe?
Yep.
Seems an eternity ago,
Oh, my
but
goodness.
I love myself a bit of Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles and the other three that we've just mentioned are all very high on my list of comedies. So he has a specific style of
Yes, he
comedy
does.
that I really appreciate. It's really interesting because we were talking about this recently with Fackham Hall, that it
Bless you.
feels like there's going to be like an excess of jokes, like joke after joke after joke. And sometimes for me, that becomes quite tiresome. I really found it with the new Naked Gun.
Yep.
It was too jokey. And you said you felt it a little bit with this as well.
I did get a little bit of joke fatigue. I think particularly as well, given the fact that I'm taking notes while I'm watching this. I'm like, geez, what did he just
trying
say?
to keep up, yeah.
And that sort of increased the sort of fatigue a little bit of the humor, because some of the jokes are absolutely cracking. Like proper, like, gut-busting laughs. Love them. They're almost lessened sometimes by, like, 7 other jokes in the way here, and I felt like I didn't get enough opportunity to probably have a bit more character development, I think, for these characters.
That's fair.
I would have liked, compared to something like Bowfinger that you and I watched, and you showed me over the more recent break, as something that I hadn't seen before, and that was comedy done really well, obviously with some great, proper laughs, but also as well putting your time with the characters to build like a good emotional connection with them, so you root for them. Yeah.
I can completely understand that, and I think nostalgia probably goes a long way for me because I grew up watching this. My humor was slightly different when I was growing up too, And so there is a sense of comfort in rewatching something that I rewatched over and over again as a kid.
Yeah.
It was something you would joke around with people. And even in the office yesterday, I was talking to Stu about it. When I watched it again last night, Maddie came home, saw me watching the end of it, and went back and rewatched it because it was such a core part of her childhood too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think there's just something comforting about a rewatch of this one.
I definitely think that's got a bit of a vibe about it, and it's like very approachable, sort of like light adventure comedy sort of stuff. And the type of films that I enjoy. So,
and also with parody films too, if you're familiar with the source content, it makes them so much more enjoyable as well.
100%.
We kick things off with the Robin Hood minstrels with their expositional rapping. Oh, it's catchy as hell though.
It is.
I said, hey, hey. I said, hey, nonny, 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 hey. Anyway, so Robin Hood, played by Carrie Elways to perfection. Very, very much his typical role here. I mean, he has done a bit of variety, but this is the kind of role that he thrives in. This kind of British cockiness about him.
Yep.
In what is, sorry, I'm getting really loud because the rain is coming down. It's very similar to his role in The Princess Bride, which you obviously haven't seen as well.
Not all of it, yeah.
But he plays this role very well. Like the I know more than you do, casually.
Because we're better than you.
And we know it.
Yeah.
It is very much White Goodman. He's been put in the Jerusalem jail.
By Falafel.
Yes, and it's presented to him almost like a hotel or a fancy restaurant. They're talking about the proper attire. He has to wear the big fake beard.
And it's like, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to scream.
Tommy! We're so busy.
I mean, asking him to sort of like talk about the king. It was like King Richard, King Louis, King Kong, Larry King.
Laddie. He's going hard with the smug sarcasm at the beginning.
So then he's got to get the tongue loosened.
He does. And quickly after that, they chain him up with newfound friend Sneeze, father of Archu. He's been put in there for jaywalking, and they decide they're going to team up and break out with their great strength of feet.
Rather than the feet of strength, yes.
I also love, on the count of kick!
And they free themselves, but then like the guy comes back, so then there's like, oh, that was the sound of his breaking heart as he's about to confess his king. Oh dear. And he keeps coming back.
Please, go! They're just becoming more and more frustrated.
Like, we want to escape, please. Thank you. And they do.
Along with the rest of the cell, and I love the victory too, like the ha-ha, just championing it as they all jump out the old grate.
Yes.
And we cut to the beach with the jockeys riding camels. Good visual gags in this too. We talked about that a fair bit last week with Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot to kind of spot in the background, or I mean, with some of the less subtle gags in the foreground of this.
It's true. It's like, hey, Joe, get out of the way. You're in the way of character development. That's fine. Which is how I feel about this film. But anyway, Sneeze asked old Robin of Locksley to find Achu.
And look after him a little bit.
Yeah, he's still finding his way as an exchange student. So then, Robin arrives back in England.
Yeah, a casual 5,000k swim. Yep, to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat as well. Bit of fun. But he arrives in England, and they've got England as the big Hollywood sign as well. But he gets his classic Robin Hood garb on and rents himself a horse, instantly stumbling into Archu.
Yep. Then, like, we hear Archu saying, man, I hope someone's getting a video of this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yep. So,
good stuff.
So some social commentary there on police brutality.
Which is good. That's smart gags. And just like, watch your back. And then he just looks at his back. Your back just got punched twice.
Thank you.
And it's just like, give me a second, I need to pump up. And then puts on his Reebok pumps, which is really good fun.
So this was Dave Chappelle's first film role, and one of the things that he was allowed to do for the role was incorporate a lot of his own slang into the character. There is a lot of improv in this film. Yeah, it makes for some very, very fun interactions between the characters. But they go full praying mantis.
They do.
The faces they're making, so fun.
And they fight him off, and he's got the multi-arrow as well.
How cool is that with it rolling out? Hell yeah, 6 arrows all at once. After they've taken out the guards, they return to old Locksley Hall, just as the entire manor is being carted away. So it's for failing to pay his back taxes.
And Robin's reaction is like,
oh, the way he grabs his head. But we meet old Blinken.
Oh, Blinken, he's still there.
Robin's family's loyal blind servant. He's on the toilet reading a Braille version of Playboy magazine.
Very funny.
Very good.
Very good.
Master Robin, is that you? Yes. What, back from the Crusades? Yes. And alive? Yes.
He's
Just getting so frustrated.
I'm a spectre of your imagination. You're missing your arms.
But you grew nice boobs.
Exactly,
Yeah, so it's almost like a Venus de Milo kind of statue with the arms missing. But yes, some very funny gags. He also casually slips in the fact that his father, mother, brothers, and dog Pongo have all died. My favorite is when he says that his goldfish has died because
Seen by the
he
cat.
got eaten, and the cat choked on the goldfish.
I'm like, oh, poor bugger. Anyway, everyone's dead.
He is, but your father wanted me to give you this, and he said that inside is the key to the greatest treasure in all the land. May I keep it? No.
I've been one of my father's wishes. And then we get the runaway kid from the sheriff of Rottingham.
Is it Macaulay Culkin? What's going on here? He runs right up to the camera and screams at him with his hands on his face.
But we get Rotto, who's the best part of this film, probably.
100%.
Roger Rees.
Dun, 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 riding along, singing their own
It
themes.
was very good to have subtitles on here. It's just like guards mimic trumpets with mouth or something like that was the subtitle. I was like, that's pretty funny.
But yeah, the classic gag for old Rottingham is that he gets his words all out of order. Over that boy hand. Hand over that boy. His frustration at himself for always stuffing up is very, very funny.
But yes, basically, Robin takes him down a peg and takes him off his horse, basically. It sends them away. Watch the big rocks or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And you just see his head
bopping on the ground, yeah.
It's pretty great.
He is really good here because very quickly he goes from feeling like this superior character to being taken down a peg. Like pulling out the sword and then being confused that it's broken.
Just his hilt, yeah.
Or like him saying, you'll pay for this. And then as soon as he puts the sword in his face, wait, I've changed my mind. But the boy promises to spread the word about Robin, and he keeps listing additional things for him to
folk
tell.
dancing and the 4-day work week.
Really
and he's
good.
just like, you've given me too much, brother.
He screams and runs off again. What an unusual child.
But yeah, then we cut to we introduced old maid Marion.
Amy Yaspek, or Yaspek of Yas Peggy.
Yas Peggy. Yas Peggy.
So we know her from The Mask, of Ask Peggy.
Of us.
Of
the
Yas
mask,
Peggy. We know her from the Yask.
The Yask.
Anyway, she's singing a song, and it's quite a nice song. So Mel Brooks wrote all the lyrics for these songs. Some of them seem more comedic than others. Others just seem like nice songs. But the big comedic moment in this is there's a really long tracking in shot before we cut to inside her room. And then the camera just crashes through the stained glass window. Very, very fun.
It is good. And after the song finishes, we see that she's got like a
metal chastity belt.
Yep.
Everlast
Peggy. There we go.
Nice. But this was a real metal belt. It was quite heavy and she got quite bruised from wearing it as well.
Could imagine.
Suffer for your arts. But I love her voice. Like, she is so funny in this role. I'm so happy. Or a little bluebird. Like, it's really good. And the forlorn looks out the window and... yeah.
She's doing the most.
She is.
Yes, Beck. Yes, Amy. Then we get to meet the old king.
Prince John.
Prince Johnny John.
So Richard Lewis here is so much fun.
Give me the bad news in a good way.
To be perfectly frank, it is bad. I know it. I know it was bad news. So he tried to deliver it lightly,
and he's just like laughing his head off while like
incredible.
Yeah, it's very good fun. And John's having a bit of a crash out over it.
Mm-hmm. So he decides to visit Latrine.
Yep.
The old witch who protects his future.
But not really. It's just the cook
concocting what seems like a potion, but it's just his dinner. Yep. But also, I love that you get a moment of Rottingham like shuddering. Oh, she's ugly. Richard goes in to see her and screams so loudly when he runs into her. Tells him all about Robin Hood.
And it's like, oh, your name used to be Shithouse.
It's a good change. It's a good change.
The mix of accents in this film is all over the show.
I think it works really well for him to be a point of difference. Like, most people are doing British accents, but him just
and
be
Dave
like,
Chappelle.
it's good. It's a good change.
Hey guys, that's Robin Hood. But yeah, so basically it says like, well, I'll set this up with Robin if you put a good word in the old sheriff. And then she's got the cardboard cut out, and I'm like, how have they done that? They don't have the technology.
There's a lot of futuristic technology in this.
Oh, yeah.
But back in the forest, we meet Little John. Don't let his name fool you. In real life, he's very big. But he's blocking the bridge until Robin pays the old toll, because A toll's a toll and a roll's a roll. And if we don't get no tolls, we don't need no rolls.
That was like, what is he saying?
But it's just the pride that he has afterwards. I made that up. Archie explains that they could just jump the river, but it's the principle. And so he fights Little John and their sticks keep breaking and getting smaller.
And then eventually Little John ends up drowning in the creek.
Yeah, it's like
so funny.
It's a little puddle and he's
Johnny, I can't swim!
I can't swim! Robin rescues him and they decide they're going to recruit him and his friend, Will Scarlett O'Hara. Oh,
He's great with his daffers.
Yes, yes. Robin says to him, frankly, my Will, I don't give a damn because he's going into the castle alone. We cut to the castle and they're putting like bike locks on the horses out the front. Very good. And here's the first instance of Prince John's mole moving to a different spot on his face.
Such a good gag.
It's good too because they don't point it out right away, so you've got to notice it on yourself.
Yeah.
That quality line about a mime is a terrible thing to waste. And then...
Rotto's cracking on with Marion, but to no avail.
God. Care for a date? Holds out some prunes.
Every Wednesday.
But Robin comes in and starts insulting John in front of everyone. And again, the accent works so well. He's funny, very amusing. He then starts flirting with Marion. He's quite a smoothie. He's definitely a smoothie. And the sheriff's just like...
Turns into a horse. That's fine. But yeah, he's throwing down with the king who, like, he kind of likes him.
Oh, yeah, the prince is... He's not the king.
He's
King Richard, so he's just Prince John. But, yeah, he's, like, trying to shrug it off a little more. But the sheriff's his ego's
like,
been bruised and battered.
Take each other on.
Yeah, because he's like, if you don't get rid of your evil taxes, he'll lead the people in a revolt against them. Why would they listen to you? And he goes, unlike some Robin Hoods, I speak in an English accent. So clearly a dig at Kevin Costner here. How many years? Like within 5 years of Prince of Thieves coming out. And Kevin Costner originally was doing an English accent in Prince of Thieves, and then he was instructed not to because it was so terrible. But if you watch that movie, there's still instances where there's like remnants of it.
3 years beforehand.
There you go. So there's still instances of it in that movie, and it is not good.
Can't say I'm rushing to see it.
Oh, look, the movie's okay, but the accent's not great.
Okay.
But yes, then we get this guy's starting to get on my nerves. But the sheriff challenges him to a duel, and he slaps him back with the metal knight's hand.
Gauntlet. Yeah, it's pretty good fun. And then Rotto's like, guards!
Yeah, the merry men come busting in.
Oh, man, this is great. And then Blinken's like got the beverages and the
It's pretty good curry.
It's pretty great. And then you've just cut to Blinken just like in the middle of the thing.
Hitting the old post. The reason why it looks so good is because despite the fact that it's a very silly comedy, a lot of them did undergo proper sword curry training. And you can really see it in here. They each have kind of a unique style as well. And so we get that variety between all the men as well. But he and Marion have a moment and they fall in love at first sight. They get surrounded by all the knights in armor. And the prince is like, I hope it's worth the noise.
Pretty funny.
And we get the old knockdown domino effect.
It's pretty great. But Robin then starts to leave and he sort of like blows Marion a kiss in the air, but it's intercepted, which is pretty funny, by Broomhilda, I think. So then he starts to recruit the villagers.
He does.
He asks them to lend me your ears.
And they literally throw their ears at.
Funny.
That's disgusting.
Hilarious. That's why it was one of my biggest laughs.
There you go. But he gives an inspirational speech in his best Winston Churchill voice, but it puts everyone to sleep. And so Archu gets up and does a Malcolm X impersonation instead to get them all back on board. And they start suiting up in their pantyhose and start a training montage.
You gotta have a training montage. You just gotta.
I like that Archu's outfit has the backwards cap with the little clip at the front. We cut back to Prince John, and he's getting a bubble bath with them blowing the pipes.
He's got more bad news.
Yes.
Rotto's got more bad news.
Yes, he does. But he's got some good news, too, because they've got the stealth catapult.
Testing out, and it's just like, and then just to pull this lever. This one?
Like this? Lever!
Yeah, true.
Fires old Rottingham into Latrine's quarters.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Doesn't go well.
No, it does not.
Oh, no.
Enter the man himself, Mel
Melly
Brooks, coming in as
Brooks.
Rabbi Tuckman. Back from visiting Marion, the lady whose heart you stole, you prince of thieves, you. Good reference. His references are out of control.
Yeah, true.
But he's a moil, and everyone wants to become circumcised because they
snip the
don't
tip.
actually know what the process is. Apparently, in this section here, Mel Brooks had to be reined in because he just kept laughing at his own jokes as he was delivering them.
It's like, God, I'm writing some cracking stuff. Even the ones that he's not telling us. It's like, oh, that one that you said is so good.
It's pretty good, but they come up with an excuse to share the old sacramental wine.
It's like, there's a thing. That rock's a thing.
Oh, bless
get
them
into
all. Let's get verschnicked.
Let me get into the wine. And we go from that to the Godfather tribute.
Don Giovanni.
This scene is wild.
I adore this scene. So
All the way from Jersey.
he's been hired by the sheriff to kill Robin. Your lizard seems limp. Well, at my age. Oh, yeah. So good. There's a couple of lines here that are absolute crackers. His lizard's called Charlie. Charlie, I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender.
And the way that he takes the cotton out of his mouth
Incredible.
as well. I'm like, oh my God.
But he's got...
setting up the archery contest and he's like, I'm making an offer. You can't
refuse. So he's got like two men that work for him. One of them says, "Thank you for inviting us on this, the day of your daughter's wedding. May her first child be a masculine child."
The other one looks like Clint Eastwood.
He does.
It really does. To a point where I had to check the cast.
But he can't talk because his tongue went out.
Well, because he went like this.
They decide
Luke is going to beat him in the contest.
That's it, because they know that he won't be able to, as you say, refuse an archery competition. But Marion overhears and goes off to warn him. Broomhilda's horse not letting her jump onto him.
It was with the subtitles is very, very good.
But then also headbutting her as it goes off.
But a question for you, Mr. Brown. Mm-hmm. How are me seams?
Perfect. Every time.
So we get the iconic Men in Tights song.
One that I forgot about was when they go, "We're men, manly men, we're men in tights." Yes. It's
I mean, yes,
the
man.
action that they do. Yes. It's so funny. Little John's my favorite in this routine.
He's killing it.
He is killing it. And
He is big in real life, it's true.
they do.
He's larger than life.
He is. Marion and Broomhilda arrive and warn Robin not to go to the fair, and he's like, "That's easy. I won't. They were going to lure you in with an archery contest."
like, "Well."
Really? And he starts pulling out bits of his beard as he strokes his chin.
Time to archery, but not before.
A little song. "The night is young and you're so beautiful." B flat. The night is young. Instantly overdubbed voice, ridiculously over the top. Blowing her away with wind.
They all come to watch as well.
The silhouettes on the sheets.
I wrote, "High Register blows Marion's mind like she's Reagan from The Exorcist."
Her face too. Like,
Yeah. Oh my God.
this was the part where I was roaring with laughter.
It's pretty great. And then like the sword obviously standing to attention.
Yes. It's written on a magical scroll that her true love would have a key to her chastity belt. And he goes, "If only it were me. If it twere would be twerific."
Oh dear. But then Broomhilda's very quick to remind, no ding ding without the wedding ring.
It's like you in the office before.
No ding ding without the wedding ring. Okay guys, pack it up.
She's German. Why are you...
No ding ding. She came from Jersey too.
She's a sausage German.
She's a sausage.
No ding ding without the ring. They all go in disguise to the fair.
Clint Eastwood's prepared in the high tower. Then the chanting starts. And then like Marion and Broomhilda are like, woof, woof,
Yeah.
woof.
The old man is Loxley. Are you sure? He looks like Mark Twain. But he gets a bullseye and then takes off his disguise and the crowd is cheering along.
They lose their minds. But unfortunately, Luke is able to split his arrow. He's like, I'm
is.
not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
Yeah. Oh, I get another shot. And everyone else takes out their script to double check. Yeah, he gets another shot, and they all start doing chop, chop, chop.
And he fires the Patriot arrow, like a Patriot missile. And I'm like, what is going on?
It's incredible. Oh.
Goes under everybody. It's like a Nimbus 2000 at a Quidditch match and hits the bullseye and just explodes.
Yeah, and Blinken prevents him from being assassinated too by catching the arrows.
Yep.
I heard that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Very good, Blinken. Pardon? Who's talking?
But yeah, so Roddy's just like, well, I'm going to take matters into my own hands, but Marion steps in to basically offer her hand in marriage, but
Yes.
only in body.
Yes, but never my heart, my mind, or my soul. Oh, yes, I respect that.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. And then Roddo walks away with the best walk, and all the guards.
Yes, so he says, walk this way, and they all flamboyantly strut off. This is a reoccurring gag for Mel Brooks films. He's done it in 4 separate films. It's in Young Frankenstein. It might be in Blazing Saddles as well. And I think History of the World Part 1. But it's also just an old gag. Like, it exists in a bunch of different comedies, but it never stops being funny.
It's really good.
Because the sheriff has had this flamboyant strut the entire time anyway, so it really emphasizes just how ridiculous the walk is when everyone else follows it.
Yeah.
Tell everyone we're gonna have a wedding or a hanging. Either way, we're gonna have a lot of fun, huh?
Huh? Prince is having a great time. And then Robin's getting his noose fitted, like what size it should be.
By the hangman with the lift be so silly and over the top.
Merrymen are plotting his escape.
They do.
Basically.
They send word via Fox to the rest of the group.
Yep.
Now let's get out of these ladies' clothes and get into our tights. But introduction of the Abbot. So we've got good morrow, Abbot, good morrow, and then the one guy, hey, Abbot! I hate that guy.
And then as the procession's into the wedding still going, they crash into the camera. It's so funny.
It is very,
That's
very
a really,
good.
really good gag.
I also really like the portcullis being like a garage door.
Yeah, it's very, very good funny. But
Very, very good funny.
very, very good funny. Very, very good funnies. And then, yeah, Dave Chappelle to the rescue.
And them laughing when they find out the sheriff's name is Mervyn.
Sends them. They
It
couldn't
sent
believe.
me too. But yes, as you say, Archu sets Robin free just in time for Marion to bail on the old wedding.
Yeah, the villagers are here to fight.
No news, it's good news.
So at that time, but yeah, Roddo takes Marion to the tower, but unfortunately he might chafe his willy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
God.
Woo!
And then cuts to the
He's gonna deflower her in the tower.
and then the cut to the jackhammer while Marion's still trying to talk.
But they have a bit of a sword fight.
Yeah, well, Raven Robin's like, prepare for the fight scene.
Yeah, and they've got shadow puppets in it.
The film crew?
Yes.
They burst through the
Out
window.
the window. But the sheriff eventually knocks off the locket that Robin's dad gave him, and it smashes, unveiling a key that lands perfectly into the chastity belt. And then he accidentally stabs the sheriff. And the old witch comes running in. How do you feel? I'm dying! He agrees to letting her save him with a concoction or a magic pill in exchange for marrying her.
Yeah, which he reluctantly accepts.
But he changes his mind.
He's like, somehow I'm incredibly depressed.
Yeah, she just drags him away. I've changed my mind.
It's very, very good. But no, Marion and Robin do.
They do, and
I
the
do, I do.
rabbi marries him in a hurry, and King Richard returns from the
Paddy's
Crusades.
shoe.
So one gag that I never got about this when I was younger is that he's not just doing a Scottish accent, but he is quite clearly doing a Sean Connery impersonation.
Is Sean Connery in Robin Hood?
This is the same role he played in Prince of Thieves.
That's pretty funny.
So originally he was going to be in this. He was going to play Richard, but wear female clothing.
Oh, it would have been fun.
Basically, it was all set up, but then he requested an exorbitant amount of money to do it.
That's like Sean
And Mel
Connery.
Brooks was like, no, I'm good. I quite like Patrick Stewart coming in doing a Sean Connery impersonation. That's just
great.
as good for me. He declares all toilets are now going to be referred to as John's.
Yippee!
Kisses the bride before they finish the ceremony, and Archu is made the new sheriff.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked in Blazing Saddles.
Robin gets everything back. He's knighted. And
We get another rap.
Yeah.
But it's not a rap because we got almost like a credit sequence here. Oh, Robin, I'm so happy. And then the key's not the right fit.
too good.
Bummer.
Oh, well.
Look, I had a whale of a time returning to this.
It was good fun. It was good fun.
It's one of those films where, as you say, the jokes do come in thick and fast, and I found it really tricky writing notes. I was stopping and starting to be able to do so. And
some of my notes I can't even recognize.
Well, even rattling them off today, I feel like we're like, oh, and then that part happens, and then we there's a lot of like talking over each other because we're just excited and finding it very funny.
And then you can't remember like what order the jokes came in. It was like that one before that one. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I will say I think it's probably a shame, as someone who has watched something for the first time on the pod, it definitely does take away from the enjoyment of it. But when you're writing things this quickly too, it eats into that. So it is a shame that that's how you had to watch this for the first time. But hopefully you enjoyed it enough that perhaps you'll do a revisit down the track.
I definitely would like watching this film because there's probably like a fair bit that I missed, stuff that you brought up. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. So no, it was a great suggestion from Zoe. A good laugh sort of before we get into, you know, the festive season, which no one laughs in.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
We're not laughing at all.
We're past Halloween, mate. What's this darkness?
It's always spooky. It's always dark.
It's always spooky. Anyway, shall we move on to our weekly watches?
Let's do it.
Weekly watches. Weekly watches. I love you.
Would you like to kick things off?
I'm going to go with, I can almost talk about a second film as well, because both of them feature George C. Scott. And this is Exorcist Part 3. Which a lot of people won't even know that there is an Exorcist Part 3. Might be like, Mr. Boylan, why aren't you talking about Exorcist Part 2? I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm like, Mr. Boylan, why aren't you talking about the other film that you watched with him in it?
I'll talk about them both. Don't worry.
Okay,
that's fine.
great.
But Exorcist Part 3 was a pleasant surprise. I'd heard really good things about this film. It is a direct continuation of the original film. It's also directed by William Peter Blatty, so obviously the author of The Exorcist. And it's really good. It's like I really like sort of a good supernatural kind of like crime investigation sort of vibe with my horror films. And that's very much what this is.
It sounds quite similar between the two films.
100%. I was like, oh, we're back again. I literally wrote that in my letterbox review. I was like, George C. Scott and supernatural investigation films are clearly my new sweet spot. But George C. Scott is more mental in this film, goes absolutely bonkers. Essentially what the film's about is it looks like there's almost like someone mimicking a previous serial killer who everyone thought was dead. But it's not, but it's connected to the priest who survived, or who dies at the end of The Exorcist.
The one that jumps out the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm not going to go into spoilers territories too much, but I will say that the person who makes this film, and probably why I wanted to watch it the most, was the fact that Brad Dourif is in it. And I love Brad Dourif. And for those that don't know, is obviously the person who plays the live-action Charles Lee Ray, but obviously voices Chucky. There's probably a couple of other things.
Cuckoo's Nest.
True, he is in that. I still haven't seen it, but I know he's in that. Plays some very fantastic, maniacal people, and he's terrifying in this film.
Righto. Well, I'm quite excited to watch it after you've recommended, but more so because you said it was a very similar viewing experience
to The Changeling.
Yes. One of my favourite horror films of all time.
Yeah, so just a fairly recent watch. It had been on the list for a while. And again, very similar sort of vibes, but that was a very atmospheric film. I really liked some of the kinetic camera movement that was involved in that film.
That tracking shot up the stairs.
Pretty dope. And like the fire at the end of the film.
Yep.
It's just creepy and really unsettling,
eerie.
But also very sad and quite like melancholic, which I enjoyed, and I do like that type of ghost film. So yeah, so I thought that was really good. But yeah, George C. Scott, crushing it.
Love that. I'm going to kick things off with Eden, released on the film festival circuit in 2024, but only became available to us more recently. This is a Ron Howard pick. It is based on a true story set in the 1930s about a group of settlers who relocated to the Galapagos Islands.
We talked about this on the trailer.
Yeah, we probably did.
Yeah, because the cast is...
Oh, it's stacked. So you got Jude Law, Anna de Armas, Sydney Sweeney, Vanessa Kirby, and is it Dan Brule?
Daniel Brule, yeah.
He's really good in it. I mean, they're all incredible in it. It's a slow burn, but it always has something to keep you engaged. So even though it feels like it is moving quite slowly, the implications and that sense of dread for what's going to happen always lingers. And so essentially these guys all relocate to this island, But because each of them have their own motivations for what they want to do with the island, or the fact that they want peace away from other people, they start to kind of turn on each other a little bit while they're there, or try and manipulate each other into leaving. It's really, really interesting watching what people do under those circumstances, and knowing it's based on a true story, obviously that makes it a lot more engaging as well. So, yeah, highly recommend.
I need to check it out. Another one that we talked about on trailers, another one I think that is on your list, is Twinless.
Hell yeah.
This is great. Directed by James Sweeney, starring James Sweeney.
We're twins, because we both put it on the list.
We're twinning. We're not twinless. That's fine. And then Dylan O'Brien, obviously, as the twin set of twins in question. We won't talk too much about the plot of this film, but essentially Dylan O'Brien, his identical twin, passes away, and then kind of things just go from there.
Yeah, so the two of them meet in a support meeting for twins who have lost their twin.
Yep.
It's really interesting. When we did talk about it for trailers, we discussed how we kind of stopped watching the trailer because it started to turn darker and more sinister, and we were like, ooh, it feels like this is going in a different direction, and we don't want to know. And it definitely does do that. There's some twists and turns, but yeah, I would say even with expecting something to go off the rails, it goes in a different direction to what I thought, and it's really engaging. Like, it's fun having those twists, but I think what really worked for me was it's an emotional roller coaster.
It really is. That's probably like tonally not what I expected at all. I was thinking more like sort of dark comedy, like getting into thriller territory.
And it does have comedic moments too.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
But it's sad. It is a sad film. Like, there's a couple of scenes that really get you, like when like Dylan O'Brien's got like a bit of a sort of monologue where he kind of has a bit of a breakdown. That's very powerful. The subject matter is like how it deals with loneliness and what people are prepared to do is sinister, but probably a bit more sympathy for all characters involved, despite acknowledging some of the decisions that they make are wrong. Yeah, it's been kind of like one of my sort of surprise hits of the year, I reckon. Yeah.
Agreed. I'm going to finish with The Long Walk. So, based on the Stephen King book, what I didn't realize, even though I recognized some people when I was watching the trailer for this, so it's got, David Johnson from Alien Romulus, and Mark Hamill is in it. What I didn't know is the leading character is Cooper Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. Once you know that, you're like, that's why you're so good, because he's great in this. And I say leading character, but very quickly this film becomes an ensemble film.
Yep.
If you've seen the trailer, if you know anything about the plot, you know exactly where this film is going. You know what's going to happen almost every step of the way. There's not too many twists or turns or surprises, but it still will catch you off guard at how hard it hits, I think, at times.
Okay.
This was a really hard watch for me. I think some of the visuals were not what I was expecting. I didn't necessarily expect it to be so full on, but I also didn't necessarily expect to connect as much with the characters. I mean, I haven't looked up the details, but presumably it's a pretty low budget film because you take ensemble cast and you get them to just walk in areas that would be pretty easy to get permits to be shooting in because they're quite desolate. But it looks great. You are drawn in by the conversations the characters have, that sense of camaraderie and friendship in a setup that you know can only end in tragedy is pretty incredible. So I highly recommend, because that was another one that for this year, I'm like, it's going to rank pretty high. It was a disappointing start to the year, but I think it's coming roaring home.
It is. But anyway, from 2025, I'm going to finish with a film from 1962 and talk about Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Oh, what a film.
It was great. I had this on my list for a while because it was referenced by Philippou Brothers as a big source of reference for Bring Her Back. I'd never heard of the film before, and the way they spoke about it, able to watch it and be like, oh yeah, I can see where they're going with this, and I can see how Bring Her Back came as a result of this. Obviously, like with the whole child star, but then like her sister gets better than her and she gets left in the dust, and then it's like, you know, she has an accident and then they're looking after her. It's just terrifying sort of stuff. Like Bette Davis is like doing the most here. It's a lot.
Just Bette Davis, even though the song is Bette Davis.
Bette Davis eyes?
It's just Bette.
Just Bette Davis eyes. Bet on them. Bet on Davis. Bet on. Oh, that's that. Oh no. Oh God. And Joan Crawford's really fantastic in it as well. And you're just kind of seeing which way it's going to go. Is she going to escape the clutches of her sister? Is she not? And the extent of which she goes through to sort of look after her. And then the film ends like pretty sad as well. Yeah, it took me a while to like sort of truck through this just because it is a sort of a slower burn. It's quite a long film, and it's also from the 60s, and things don't whip along as quickly as you might want them to. But that's okay, because you spend a lot more time with these characters and, you know, really build like an affinity for them and try to build some sympathy as well, despite the fact that they do some pretty terrible things. So I've been wanting you to check out sort of like older films. It's been like my challenge of this year.
It's a good challenge. I approve. I love older films, and I want to talk about them more with you.
Welcome to the 60s.
No.
Oh.
You
Go,
don't- you
boy,
don't have
go,
to-
go,
You don't have to
go.
rewatch Hairspray. That's fine.
Oh, I like Hairspray though.
It's all right.
Anyway, that's that.
Cool. As always, guys, please do remember to like, subscribe, share it around, and make sure you comment with ideas for future films or other segmentes you would like us to do. And on that note, toodaloo, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, ciao.
Bless you.
Thanks, guys, and catch you at the next film club.